Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I guess everybody's tired from their 3-day weekend, at least in America. I don't know.
Or just us traders are tired of our 3-day weekend. Kidding,
Yeah.
kidding,
You're like,
kidding.
can't get. I can't wait to get back. Can't wait.
I know. Curious Pagey said, like, who's ready for trading Tesla Monday morning? And it's like, I was ready Thursday afternoon. Wait since the market closed on Thursday for this moment.
Yeah. Don't know
Um,
what to do with your time when the market is closed.
well, I track Bitcoin and XRP and
No, I
stuff,
know.
but
I know.
or just draw static charts of stuff. Well, anyway, I'm so glad that we're here again, and let's get started. I suppose. Where do you want to start,
Yeah,
Matt?
I'll start here with the SPY. I see a lot of people talking about Tesla this morning, as you should, because there's lots of volatility once again, but we'll get to that shortly. So SPY, I put on the fibs again back from the 2022 high to the lows, just to show you guys where the next big resistance zone is going to be. It's going to be the 647.72 coming up. So can price continue to melt up there? I think it is possible, and we can see that even if you go back to retest the previous highs here, that still is also a possibility around 610. But I think the journey higher is there, and I don't know if it really wants to slow down too much. So if we do a back test, maybe just in the 610 zone before going to the 647 up top. And the QQQ right here, we can see that price is actually on its way to going to new highs as well. I can put on that same fib that I did actually with SPY just to show you guys what's really going on. And if it went to melt up continuously, then 605.17 would actually be the next big zone to target above. So that'll be in my radar. And again, if it goes for any kind of back test, perhaps the previous highs down here, maybe in the 530s, the 536, 537, that zone before trying to continue higher. And IWM here, we can see that price is getting rejected now by this 702. And this 702 fib is actually from the recent high in November down to the low here. So I am tracking this just for the most recent retrace levels. If we did just go track the previous fibs right here from the 2021 high to the low right down here, we could see that price actually broke above the 702. So if you're looking for some kind of support, I'll be watching this 219.79 right here to see if that can hold in order to break through this big 226.74 zone again to continue higher. So right now it's range bound, but it looks like it's range bound in a higher range than it was ever before since basically February. So very good development for IWM here, and I think it has the potential to stabilize above this 219 zone. So that'll be the target. And Bitcoin, just going to check this out real quick. And guess what? It hit the arc again last week for the weekly candle close.
Woo!
And we basically are still range bound. So everybody that gets excited at resistance, that's usually the case on X, and more depressed at support down here. So could we go back to the 105? Yes, we could. The conversion line did move up again last week. So that's at 105, 120 right now, kind of matching where that green level is. So it would make sense to go back and do another back test to freak people out again. But that would just be the same range as before. So no excitement developing on Bitcoin just yet, but patience as usual, because I think the longer it consolidates up here, the better the opportunity to eventually break out and head to the 115s and maybe even to the 140s above. So Bitcoin is in the process of doing something great, but it's not ready yet. And Trekker, I'll switch it over to you.
Thank you very much, Matt. I do have my shorter term Bitcoin chart. I'm just pulling up my Ichimoku and stuff back here. Bollinger Band's kind of too short a time frame to use that right here. This is a 4-hour chart of Bitcoin, and I'm looking for, looks like, I got to go to the 16-hour chart just because I think I put all my, here's my retracement fibs. They're kind of off screen here. Currently, you are here at 108,491, and there's no pre-market for Bitcoin, but before our regular market open, 112,000 is the all-time high. It did dip down here to 98,000. thought I had another set of fibs for this. I'm just looking. I'm watching this little range in here. So from this 98,240, looking back to that all-time high, we get these extensions here, and let's see if I can get them a little bit even more. 1 second. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I thought I had this all set up here, ready to go, but no. Okay, so I'm looking for it to maybe. It's having trouble with the 786. See how it went all right to the from here. It went back. It got to 886. Gosh, it went all the way back. Well, that's where I made the new low, right? Then it comes back up. It can't quite get over the 886 here. And then, so I'm looking for it to maybe go back to the 382 or even as low as the 0.298 here at 102,340. That's like the short term. If we get a wicked pullback, that's the opportunity to, like, get all sorts of nifty, Bitcoin related items, like, retracing Coinbase or XRP or all kinds of stuff. So, like, if Bitcoin did pull back, maybe you would see Coinbase do the exact thing I've been expecting it to do all along, ever since I drew up this, from the beginning of time, from this all-time low of Coinbase. The 786, we hit it. I'm sorry, the 76.4% fit. We hit it almost perfectly. 381.66 was my target. And then after the 764, the 382 is what I usually look for. So even though it seems unconscionable, inconceivable, as they would say in The Princess Bride, 260.11 is my target for Coinbase for correction here. Not just like the wave 2 bottom. And then it propels it up higher to next. So if it goes all the way down to my target, that's to 578.31. And then my Tesla chart, let me come back over here. That's TSL. Here's Tesla. And this is the one I've been posting publicly. I had to make some alterations to it this morning since we did get this gap down here. This was on a, look at a shorter chart, right? We had an island bottom, and it runs up here. And then this is one of those synapse gaps as I've talked about in the past, where we got another gap down, a little bit even lower. And I wrote, Gilligan did it again. Gilligan. That's another fine. No, that's not Gilligan. Another fine mess is the honeymooners. Anyway, so from here, I just took this bottom here to this high, to this higher low, and I get this projection now. So maybe 356.84 next. If this low holds, if we don't go lower than 291.27, then 356 is next. 324, 409.87. Go ahead and take a screenshot of this. On the way of the bracketed wave 5, we'll get the 420.69 Snoop Dogg test. And then ultimately this should, the larger projection doesn't change. I'm still looking for my circle 1 of the larger purple to go to 509.71. So that could be our summer high if we get that. And the chart gets bigger after that, but I won't bore you with that. Let's just see if we can get to see Snoop Dogg first. And back to you, Matt.
Yeah, so let me switch to my Tesla chart here. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. So yeah,
Snoop Dogg.
So Tesla, right around the market, we can see that price is going back below the 50-week moving average is going back below the cloud again, but we've seen this last week exactly. So we'll see how it does finish off the week. But going back to this chart right here, I just wanted to show you actually that price is still in the exact same range that it was for the past maybe month or so. You can see that back here in June 2nd, same price, same here. So it's not really doing much except for wearing on people's emotions a lot. And I mentioned yesterday the 2-week Ichimoku cloud here, so we can go back and just take a look at the conversion line down here, and it's at 290.98. And for the past couple of weeks, it's just basically been range bound in between that while getting some liquidity above and liquidity below. So essentially, nothing is different with this chart at all. I even mentioned on my Thursday night update for Tesla that 290s was still support, even before he announced going through all of this new party stuff, registering. I don't think he even registered yet, but he's announcing it. So the possibility to go back down there was always there, right? It was always there because that was the support. And because of the...
he did actually make the filing. He did actually submit the filing to the Federal Election Committee.
Oh, he did. Nice.
I'll keep going.
Well, there we go. But yeah, because of price closing the week again back below the 702, that always paved the way back to 295 or even to get liquidity below. So this is no surprise to me. This is why I mentioned it on my Thursday night video, basically 4 days ago. So if you go back and watch it, you can see I mentioned that 295, and guess where price is pre-market, right around there. So could we go get could we get liquidity below there again? Yeah, we could. So I think we're just in the process of this big breakout, getting rejected up here at this big resistance level. Now we're finding support, stability around this 295 zone. Maybe it wants to freak people out and go a little bit lower as well. Who knows? But either way, my focus is to see in how it closes the week on Friday, right? And if it still maintains stability above this 295, then I think we can see the continuation higher. But if not, we'll go take it 1 day, 1 week at a time. And still, it's higher lows, guys, right? From the bottom here in 2024, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. This is an uptrend. This is something that is not bearish. It's not something like it was before where it was lower, low, lower, low, lower, low. You see the difference there. Now it's the opposite. So this is accumulation, right? And every time it goes back to major support zones, it's a good opportunity to accumulate, which I think I will probably be doing more today. So with that, we can just jump into coin as well. I know people were asking about that as well. So Coinbase, we can see it's still breaking above this 886, but I did show you guys last week with a post that the linear scale fib right here, the 786, is something that I'm really focused on, and that's at 344.37. And if we're going to see a back test, could it come back down there and back test it again? Yes, we did it. We did already break out and back test it last week. So finding stability above this 344.37 is actually key for this continuation towards the 886, the 384, and towards all-time highs. So this chart is very, very bullish, but might need a few more back tests before trying to break to all-time highs. Tracker, back to you.
Thanks, Matt. I've got a lovely chart for you here. I'm not jumping out of order. I just had this one. I was doing this for one of my subscribers. Here's Robinhood, and I got the Three Stooges here because I've got three different targets. My minimum target for Hood is to go to 106.27. That's the 127.2% retrace. So there's Larry. And then expected is my 138.2% fib after doing a little more than 764, not quite the 382. So I don't know, maybe we'll get the 1382, even though it didn't hit the 382 first. That's 111.85. There's Mo, and then Shemp. That's Shemp, not Curly. The 1414 at 117.37. So here's the three targets I've got for this. Anywhere along here is a great place to maybe take a little bit off the table, take a little profit, and get ready for it to test back to typically after 1382, the 100% fib is my support level here at 88.89. Yeah, that's there we go, Hood. And then the next up on the request is BTBT, and I do have a chart, active chart for that one. Let's see, I kind of drew this on a smaller time scale. Let me just give you the two views, right? All right, here, the larger degree time scale. I'm looking for, at minimum, to go to 389 for a 382 Fibonacci extension of this wave here, the wave that we had, the 1-2. 382 at minimum. It could go to 526. It could go to 610. Obviously, if it goes to, well, not obviously, but the 382 or 618, it goes back to the 236. If it gets as high as the 764 for $6.10, it tests back to 389. But right now, I've just got the 382 drawn, one crime at a time. The 123.6 fib is next after 382.236. Anyway, we won't go farther than that. Here's a short-term BTBT that I'm looking at. I'm looking for an opportunity to buy here. We did get a little break, a gap up in pre-market, and it hasn't tested back. I did a quick fib from $1.88 down here to 346 here at the top, and now it's testing back down. It's having trouble getting over the 886, If it loses the 786 and that becomes resistance, it'll easily send it back down to the 382, possibly even the 298 here at 235. So my buy goal is to get it somewhere between 250 and 240 for BTBD. I'm actively going to be buying this today. And then let's see. How about you? If you're ready, Matt, take over. Otherwise, I'll scramble and get the next one.
They said the filing was fake, Tracker, and get your facts straight. Good God.
Really?
That's what they were saying.
Like I saw a post. It said that it came from the America Party post.
I don't know. I think I saw something like that too. I'm not sure if that's real. So, anyways, let's continue on to HIMS right here. Let's see my HIMS chart. I'm still watching this 1.272 fib. That's basically all I'm watching. 46.64. Price is still above it. It's still kind of stabilizing in that zone. So that's the goal, right? It's a breakout, got rejected at the 1.414, came back to back test here. So this is a chance for it to prove it wants to stabilize in this zone. You can even add the Ichimoku right here and just see that it is kind of below the conversion and the baseline again. It always does that, though. It always goes above, below. So I think the best thing to do with this is just kind of pay attention to the fib levels because if it can continue to stabilize here, then there's no need to go lower. If it ever did break this 46, then we go to the linear scale and be like, yeah, there's the 39.42 that it never really back tested. Almost got there back on June 23rd, but it never did. So that could be the possibility to go back down there. But right now, it's still holding. So this is the level to watch. This is the level that I'm watching for the rest of the week. And I see a request for MU and Micron technology. We can see that MU is actually building a new foundation, a new base on top of this 1.272, 119.35. So after huge V bottom recovery and just nailing this arc for a breakout back test was a beautiful recovery. And now it's on top of the cloud, on top of this 119.35 fib. And if this trend continues, then we could see price go to the 131 and maybe even to the previous highs up here at the 1.618, 152.45. So the chart does look pretty bullish. It does look like it wants to continue to build a nice foundation up here. So that's the level to watch, right? This top of the cloud, 118, 119, keep staying above it. It can go higher.
Right. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't really look at the VIX, but I published it this morning. Early on, we did gap up quite a bit at the open of the pre-market to about 1792. It's almost like it wanted to backtest the 127.2. I thought it was going to, and it didn't, or at least it hasn't yet. I don't know if it'll do it right at the open and just like zip up, or maybe it could even retest this backtest this trend line as maybe the 18s, the high 18s. Anyway, eventually it will close this gap back down and we'll get back into, we'll be getting closer and closer to my take profits line down here at 1380 on the VIX. We're well into the greed. We backtested greed. We're still in greed halfway now to the take profits line. So exciting about that. There is an extreme greed, which it has been hit historically, but you know, you're playing with fire if you're still holding positions down there. But you know, that's also where the crazy money gets made too. I wanted to share my SPY chart, even though Matt already did his SPY. I've been publishing this one somewhat publicly, but I did a ghost feed from the August 6th carry trade and just extended it and attached it on here. Plus this ghost feed from the October 13th, 2022 crisis, and then snap that back on here. So you kind of get these two images of what it could look like. And it definitely looks like we're taking the upper path along here. So in the past, I mean, do consider that we'll probably get, you know, somewhere around the 630s and then maybe get sent back down to test this 100% fib. And then we can go on to start making the all-time highs. And it looks like from August 6th carry trade, they kind of hit this high, went back down, stayed down here, hit it one more time, and then got a little higher, and then it corrected from there. So anyway, it's really just about almost 7% left to go with the SPY to my target, but it's going to go there in such a meandering fashion. It's going to take forever. So there you go. That's all the way to the end of the year. All right. How about back to you, Matt? I'm going to try to draw up this Norwegian Odfell drilling.
Yeah.
It's going to take
Okay.
me a couple minutes.
Yeah, I got Rocket Lab and a few others here. So RKLB. So my main focus was this 1.272 fib staying above that, the 34.95, the 34.95 right here, and it's been doing that. Right. So if Rocket Lab can continue to stay above, it can go higher. And not only that, it's gapping up a little bit pre-market and is staying above this angle. And it did close above it last week. So a previous support that was lost back in February, it could be flipping back to support, which means it could be maintaining the momentum to carry its journey up to the 45.21. So I'll be watching that angle this week, and that's around 36.40, right? So stay above that. And then this has the potential to go much higher. So Rocket Lab, yes, the momentum is there for higher highs. And MicroStrategy, we can see that it did close the week back above the conversion line right here. And that conversion line is at 394.42. It closed at 403.99. And we are seeing continuation to stay above it, even pre-market. So I think that's the main focus for me. Stay above that conversion line, then the next big target is going to be up in the 540s again towards the previous all-time highs. So good developments for MSTR. It's building a nice foundation really on top of all of this stuff right down here, the cloud and this 1.414 fib, all of it. So I think we're going to see a continuation higher sooner than later. Maybe this week, next week, who knows when the time will be, but I think it's going to be there regardless. So we're just going to be waiting on Bitcoin to break out. So far, it's not ready yet, but once it is ready, then I think MicroStrategy can also continue the journey higher. And I see SoFi as well. And SoFi, we can see that price is at the 786 fib, right? It did nail it last week. It got there exactly, and 1883, that's our resistance. So something that was very, very scary all the way down here, right? Just a V bottom out of there. And now we can see price is, or it has lots of support now, lots of support. It has the arc down here in the 1660s. It's got the 702, 1606. So if it did choose to backtest that zone, then I think that would be the opportunity. Not only is it an important fib number and the arc, but if you go back and just draw a line here, it's a previous big resistance zone. All of the November and December and January and February, big resistance zone. So a back test of that zone is possible. And that's really in the 1650s as well. So if you're looking for an opportunity, I think that could be it. But right now, this is resistance. I don't know if it's really going to break right now. So got to be patient with it to see if 1883 can actually flip to support in order to go higher. So cautious at resistance, more bullish at support. And tracker, if you're done with your field drilling. I don't know how to pronounce that. Uh-oh. Did I lose tracker? Did he run away? I think he ran away.
Oh, no, I'm so sorry. I hit the mute button because my wife was getting up and she was making a lot of noise in the chair. Yeah, I'm back. Okay. I've got the chart ready. You can throw it to me. I'm just typing in the 83.8. So just a quick and dirty chart here. I think it's in its fifth wave up now. So here's wave one, wave two, subwave, wave 3, subwave 1, 2, all of 3, all of 4. So all of 5 is going to take it to this zone. I could safely say between $83.80 or 83.80 NOK, whatever that. I'm sorry, Norwegian kroner or something, to the 1618 of 95.30. So this is your sell zone. Like I would sell 80% of what you've got into 83.80, and then if you want to chance it and see if it goes all the way to 95.30, you can. And there you go. That's ODL from here. Let's see. I showed my hood chart. Oh, here we go. SBET. So here's the other charts that everyone. I'm excited about these ones too, right? I mean, look, this is SBET like over 2 weeks where it just looks terrible. I would never buy a chart like this, except that they became like another Michael Saylor strategy kind of thing. I think SBET is Ethereum. Is their pony in the race? So anyway, it did. Let's see. It did this big spike up. Well, I can't quite. It's kind of let's just stick with the bottom here at 775 to a higher high at 1425 and a higher low at 870 gives me this projection, and it already did the one. It just hasn't completed the two down yet. So it did a bit more than 764. I'm looking forward to possibly do the 382. Maybe it only gets to 1177 instead of 1118, but anywhere between 1177 and $11 is a great place to buy more or start your position with SBet Gaming. That's about 16% lower to get to 1126 from where price is right now. Then the next target above is 1768, maybe even 1827. Then that's the 1382 back to the 100 for 1520 for support. And then tops out in this, at about 2418 to 2477. Then after that is an ABC back down, and then the whole thing builds a 1, 2, and then goes higher from there. So there you go. There's my SBet Gaming chart. And then BMNR, yes, I just bought some BMNR back this morning in pre-market. I probably paid too much for it because I chased. Don't chase price. But let's see. Yep, here it was right here. In pre-market, I put a little notice to my subscribers. I sent it out. It's like, after I did this, don't do what I did. So it did finish out. Let's see how good with the wave 2. This is the wave sub 1, 382. It did a little bit more than a 236. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is the entire wave. This is the whole wave 1, wave 2. I kind of got rid of my sub wave sub 2 here. Sub wave 1, 2. So all of 3 is done. And then where are my fibs? Sorry, I've got my main fibs mixed in here with. I think it did more than 1382, went to like almost 1618. And so I'm still looking for 100% fib to be support at 110.61, somewhere around there. Oh no, it did that already. So we got more than that. Anyway, so now all I've got is this retrace here. So from the 160.96 high back to this $100.05 low. It's sort of struggling with the 50%, or it struggled with 50% fib. Sent it back to the 114, and that should be support now. Like right now is a great time to buy BMNR because I don't think it's going to go lower. I think that's support now. It's going to be flirting with the 786 next, retest the 50% at 130.51, and then on we go to my my wave 5 target. Probably 225.92, maybe 224.45. And there you go, BMNR. I like it from here. I can get rid of that. Back to you, Matt.
Yes. I see a couple here I haven't really done in a while. There's MOS and Poet. Let's see. So yeah, MOS, Mosaic company, we can see that price is actually trying to get a little bit more bullish after kind of finding a stability on top of this $22 zone here. And it even broke back above this 50% fib as well, which is at 32.53. So I'll be watching that as a potential support. And the conversion line is at 33.76. But this purple line is the 200-week moving average, 38.90. So it is approaching that resistance. So the closer it gets there, the more cautious I'll be because we could see a retrace before trying to break free. But once it does break free of that, then the next target would be the 47.60. So I like how it's back on top of the weekly cloud. I like how it's on top of the 50% fib. I like how all of these moving averages are starting to slope upwards a little bit. The 100 down here, the blue line, almost starting to slope upward. Not quite yet, but this is a good development, right? Good development that used to be in a downtrend. Now it's finally making a higher high from before, and I think it might be ready to make its higher low first before trying to break all this resistance. So good chart, but cautious at resistance there. Poet, I can take a look here. Poet is actually trying to flip some levels to a support too. Pre-market, it is down right near the 702. And it's also right on top of the Ichimoku cloud, and the baseline conversion line are right there at 505, 496 respectively. So this is something that's trying to break out as well, right? This 200 SMA, the purple line, did break out a couple weeks ago, did back test lots of important levels last week, including the baseline and the conversion line. So now let's watch this 540 zone, right? This 543 and the top of the cloud is around like 530s. So it's just stay in that zone. Then I think it can build a base and go higher. And this is a big place too, right? We can see it's a big resistance. So it's trying to flip to support. And if it's successful, then we could see price continue the journey up to the 690s and above. But if not, perhaps one more back test in the 450s or so before trying to break higher. So very important level, right? See if it can hold. If it can hold, good things to come. If not, maybe one more back test before trying to break out.
Yeah, it looks nice. It's like another 50% gain from where price is now to that 886 at $9.22.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like that risk reward. See, oh, that is 2026 though. That's a kind of a slow moving stock. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just now looked at the time aspect at the bottom.
Well, it did.
Let's see. I've got
though. From the 2023, just a big move from the less than $1 up to $5. So that's not too bad.
Well, that's true. I keep forgetting log scale tracking. All right. I've got, I saw the plea for help, SMCI, please. So here's my SMCI chart. Which one am I looking at? Okay. Sometimes I full screen the show and then I can't tell what the difference between my screen and the show screen. SMCI, it's already completed. Here's the larger degree wave 1, larger degree wave 2. It's in wave 3 now. The wave 1, 2 is complete. Now is a great time to get back into SMCI because it's confirmation of the bottom with this higher high and this higher low. And so, my next target is about 110% higher to $100.29. That'll take it to the 786 retrace. If it can't get above it the first time, it's going to get sent back down to the 50% retrace here at $70.08. And then it goes on up to the 141 on the left and my 123.6 fib on the right, fib extension. 168.10, and that's about a little less. Here. Right there. And free market's about 200 top. The heart of the wave 3 is right now. So SMCI looks great. What was the other one that was along with that? Google. Alphabet. It's loading. Alphabet exceeded my wave 1, my wave 3 sub 1 target by a little bit, but it's back. That was pretty much it. It exceeded. Then it was resistance and sent back down. And so the 764 is done. The 382 is done. Google is also in its wave 3 now, and it's a great time to buy it because the wave 2 bottom has been confirmed. The wave 3 sub 2 bottom is done. So my next target, I need to go to a weekly chart. My next target higher for Google will take many weeks to get to, but 150% higher to $291.21 is what I'm looking for Alphabet next. But I don't have a Gantt chart on this, but it's going to it'll take many moons to get to move 60. Where are we now? 62% higher. And wave 5 tops out sometime in the next decade, maybe around 441.71. All right, back to you, Matt.
Yeah, I'll do.
Hope that helped.
I'll do one more before it's time for me to run, and that's going to be UMA. And UMA, you can see that price is at the 200-week moving average and the baseline and near the top of the cloud. So it's basically near resistance. I do have a black line drawn here just because of this previous support, right? That was lost, flipped to resistance, and it already broke out and back tested that zone, and it held. So I think this has potential to break this resistance above. It has potential to go on top of the cloud and go get more bullish. But it is at resistance now, so a little bit cautious until it can prove it can break out. But that leaves support down at the low 13s, high 12s down here for the potential for a back test before actually trying to break out above. So it's looking more and more bullish for this chart. We can actually do one more thing to pull up a fib from this high to the low. And just take a look here that it's actually stabilizing on top of that 50% fib as well at 1272. So if you're looking for a back test, I think that could be an opportunity before price really wants to break free of all this resistance above. So another chart that's looking better and better, but still can't break free just yet. A little bit more patience there. And with that, Tracker, take us out.
I think I'm done actually. I thought I had a crisper chart, but it made a new lower low, so the whole thing needs to be redrawn.
Fair enough.
So I'm afraid I don't have anything to share with you on CRISPR. I could do EUSC real quick. Um, we talked about AMD so many times, and I think you can go to like one of our past shows to see AMD and even Oscar. We just talked about Oscar. I think I did EUSC last time too, but here's EUSC. It has completed my circle 1, circle 2, and is headed to circle 3. 1140 is my next target. Higher, $11.40 from where price is right now. That is about a good 124% higher. I tried, I don't think this is a real chart. I think I was just showing people how this has 5 subwaves up, but basically this is all you need to know. But 124% higher to 1140 next for USE. That's it. I'm out. Good luck, guys. Today it's going to be, I hope, a very exciting week. I'm looking forward to buying a lot of things, hopefully testing bottoms of stuff, little retrace here and there. I hope you guys raise some cash to buy some stuff today too. And yeah, it's for a lot of stuff. It is wave 3 now, and once the wave 3 really gets going, it's going to start leaving everyone behind, and people will sell too soon and then wait to catch up, and then it'll never go back, and then it'll just keep on going higher and higher. So be careful about that. It's time to pick a good position and just sit in it.
That's how melt ups happen. People start chasing. Yes.
Yep. They do, and then that's good for us until the music stops.
Yep.
All right, we'll be back again tomorrow with the regular show, and we'll talk with Kat and see if he's up for a triumvirate tomorrow night as well.
Yeah, we'll see you guys then. Take care.
Bye, everybody. Good luck.